as still described today through a rich oral tradition. This industrial community, unique at the time, is a special part of the Maurice region's social and economic history. The Forge de Saint-Maurice played a decisive role in the development of the colony under the French and then English regimes, writing an important page in the country's economic history. The blast furnace was put out for the last time in 1883. Overlooking the river and the gully with its flowing stream, the Grande Maison was one of the largest private homes of its time. It was used as a residence for the directors and ironmaster, as well as an administrative center, and even at a certain time, as a place to worship. It was the only stone building in the village. This provided protection against fire, since the house was also used as a general store and warehouse for many products, such as grain, flour, salted meat, condiments, maple sugar, beverages, and various merchandise. It was particularly crucial to protect the workers' food supplies for the winter season. With the shift from the French regime to the British regime, the Forge de Saint-Maurice went through a series of different public and private administrations. In spite of these changes, the company adapted to market demands. Its success was due to the quality of its domestic and industrial products. Among other things, kettles and cooking pots were produced, as well as useful tools and utensils for the population. Yet the production of heating stoves is what really made the Forge famous. Over time and through experience, they learned to deal with work interruptions due to disease, mechanical failures, frequent fires, and sometimes even major accidents. And marriages commonly took place between members of families in the same trade. Hierarchy set the standards for this community, where profession and trade determined social standing. The top positions were held by the ironmaster and administrators, such as superintendents, foremen, and clerks. Next came the skilled workers, such as the melter, the furnace keeper, the hammerman, the molder, the collier, as well as diverse craftsmen, such as blacksmith and the joiner. Finally, the day laborers and the workmen made up the base of the workforce. These seasonal workers often came from neighboring villages. Though women were excluded from working in the company, they still had many responsibilities. Along the stream, the workshops formed the heart of the village. They underwent no major modifications and marked the landscape throughout the Forge's history. The blast furnace and its shed stood high above. This was where the melter and his team prepared and poured the molten metal. The molding shop was next to it. The upper forge was further down the slope, and finally, the lower forge was set up near the river. Single-family dwellings were assigned to skilled workers and craftsmen, while the workmen were grouped according to the trade in tenement houses divided into 2 to 5 living units. Carters, colliers, and other seasonal day laborers lived in the shanties. There were up to 55 houses on the site. All buildings, as well as the village houses, were owned by the Forge company. Very tight schedules forced the workers to live close to their workplace. The majority of the active population worked in the wrought and cast iron industry, while some craftsmen catered to the needs of the villagers. They formed a distinct society. The charcoal used as fuel left a black dust everywhere in the workshops and surrounding areas. The forge de Saint-Maurice village, with its noisy and dusty industry, stood out from the neighboring agricultural